Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti here. Just getting to the Q&A. I've just had a quick read through, and I don't know, there's some interesting stuff there. Let's just give a moment to share just a little bit of sadness that my bottle of Rhum Épicé Rosement is gone. I'll have to get into more of this. This stuff is just simply ridiculous if you can find it. Just a local rum here, it's magic. Anyway, the remainder of it is right here. So getting to, we got another, got a little hats off to the Emperor here, the Yeti's, well, he was sleeping on his tower. I don't know, he's off, must be off doing cat stuff. Usually he comes and investigates when I'm talking to the screen, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, getting to the developer Q&A. This first part here, the general questions, they did have some stuff in here that was kind of alright. They were talking about that, you know, in like November they're going to have some more details on progressing to endgame faster. I don't know exactly, like they didn't really get into it, obviously, but yeah, it's awkward in the sense that like they're not expanding, they don't have anything to say on it. They go, oh yeah, just we'll get you something on that on November. We're going to announce more details. So I'm not sure how that's really going to pan out. That's something I'm personally think is really necessary. I mean, it's just so much of a ridiculous grind to get to a usable space. And now with like extra gear grinds of like getting the finishers, the G12 plus pieces, and then relics, it's a lot more work to get a team done or to a part that's like arena usable than ever before, really. Someone was asking about right over here about the relics and arena viability, and they were saying like, you know, can we see more diversity? And they basically shot that down with no. They're gonna keep doing one team rules all. And that's something we can basically expect. And that's pretty crappy, honestly. But yeah, they basically just like, well, it raises the level of some characters that, you know, we're older, blah, 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 blah. We're glad that you liked a little bit of variety right now, but don't expect anything from it kind of thing, which is, I don't know. In my opinion, it's a bit bullshit. It's something that we all hate. The question actually asked it about like the 3 to 6 months on a meta, like, you know, when you have Jedi Revan and Darth Revan, and how people don't like that, and they didn't really go like, yeah, we feel like variety is good, nothing like that. It was just like, yeah, we were trying to bring up some characters that needed a little bit more, like a higher floor, essentially. So I'm expecting the next meta to be as devastating as the current one is to not having it, right? That's really annoying, actually. I'm really disappointed about that. They were saying that they're saying that now send all your cheating things to Lucifer's daddy, not Leviathan. All right, that's good. That's something to know anyway. Let's see. They said that they're working on, they're finishing work on an epic confrontation that will have ships. It is confirmed in here. It will absolutely have ships. And also, they're preparing for episode 9, so there should be some content there. They specifically said later in the thing how they're working on content for episode 9, 8, and 7. So, I guess First Order and Resistance are something to pay attention to. They're saying that the reskin of GOTB to having it light side is a monumental undertaking. So yeah, that's all the content you can expect. Yeah, which is unfortunate. On a relic side note, there was something where they were talking about how they don't intend to raise relic levels farther than R7 at this point. It's something they'll look at next year. So So there is that. They do have ideas for using some storylines to increase power of character and stuff like that, and add some themes and such. This is all coming from the general questions area. They do have plans to use something in the neutral tag. Blah, blah, blah. They're still assessing the Grand Arena Championships, the divisions. They're still assessing where Kyber lands. So that's something. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like I want to say like all that's pretty promising, but they just don't seem to get anything right, do they? They kind of always get it a little bit wrong. So I'm almost assuming that GAC will get worse as they're still assessing it. I think they'll look at their bottom line and be like, are we selling more than we are now? Because if we are, then this is working as intended. If we're not, then maybe we got to adjust it. But on a plus point, the Savage and IPD, those massive damage thingies, they're basically adjusting They said that they're looking into adjust the damage in line to what's been going on to try to make them more relevant in the future. So not just in line with parity to something Relic, but make it once again devastating. So that'll be nice. Tank Raid, they're looking into making it simmable. Not sure. It's one of those they're not. Yeah. So I would actually expect Tank Raid to become simmable probably soon. It's because it's literally something where they say we'd like to see to see it sometime soon. So there's that. That's good, I guess. I mean, I don't like killing 45 minutes because the only way I can do a full solo of the hat is by manual. So there's that. If you don't have Tank Tamer, it's probably a good time to try to get it. They said they still don't understand over here Epic Confrontation, the cadence. I guess 5 months to Malik wasn't right, and 1 month to Malik wasn't right. Weird, right? Like, who would think that? Like a month later or whatever, another Malik. So stupid. Anyway. They're not going to do any separate skins. They still don't have anything to say about crystals moving away from the arenas into other daily revenue streams. Then there's some bullshit. Somebody asked for a shirtless Kylo Ren, like an icon, the portrait for. They said, I don't know, we can ask. Economy-wise, not too much to say that you wouldn't expect. They're basically telling you to either farm shards or double down on relics. Not big. Content. This is the craziest part. This is the best part of everything that I read here. This is not only a popular request from the players outside the studio, but it's one of the most popular feature requests from players inside the studio. That players themselves have been badgering them so long for this Sandbox mode that they actually say that it's in the books. So they are actually confirming here that they are going to do a Sandbox mode. We are going to get a Sandbox mode. Holy shit. Like, my mind's a little bit blown, but that's kind of amazing. That's something I wanted to point out. Double circle here. Circle. But yeah. Yeah. They say that they're going to have some new content coming, but nothing. I don't know. They said anything small scale it's not worth it. It's not going to do it. The new content should be something they keep talking about is that they talked about later. I was going to do this by section, but I keep going off subject. Sorry about that. But yeah, they were saying that they do have a raid in mind. They do have a raid including ships in mind. So that's pretty interesting. They also mentioned, I'll just throw this all together and I skip over it later, that mythical tiers are not coming. They're not going to put any resources into making a mythic tier H-Sith or pit or hat or whatever is not happening. They said that their resources are better spent on new stuff, because how do they make mythic tier compelling? And I mean, they got a point. Like I wouldn't be keen on a mythic tier or something unless the gear blew my brains out. I'd rather have another source of gear so I can just compoundingly add the gear. They said, yeah, 3v3 is coming. Ships are coming for Grand Arena. Nope. And they said this new raid right here, is it coming in the first part of 2020? Right there. Sadly, no. In the first part of 2020, that's currently the plan for the new raid that will have ships. So this is all coming directly from the mouth. Defense pre, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about that. That's not something we're looking at. Blah, blah, blah. More blah, blahs. Anything else that stands out here? Not really. Just that they're presently focused on characters and content surrounding Rise of the Skywalker, as well as Episode 7 and Episode 8. So all the stuff they didn't do for Episode 7 and 8, maybe it starts coming out. I don't know. But I think we'll expect that probably right after Lightside Territory Battles launches. I would imagine a big rush of stuff for Rise of the Skywalker Episode 7 and 8. Fuck me, this rum is good. They said they don't consider ships dead. More relic bullshit. I've already kind of gone over this. They said they will add a way to craft gear that's outside of the player interface. And that's really like one of the devs main things. I think it was Sven or something. I don't know. They're not sure if they're going to give us a relic mod salvage heist. They're still looking at relics. There's nothing else there that's really important. Quality of life. Now here, there's actually some really good stuff happening. Okay, so quality of life. Basically, what they've added here, which is really, really interesting, is where is it? Oh, right. Can we get some sort of numerical counter like ferocity for other characters that have stacking abilities like Ventress or Tarkin, for example? I love it. They're definitely said that they're going to start looking at that, and I think that's kind of amazing. Like, you're running Deathstorm or something, you can see how many stacks are on Daka. You have an idea of how much health she might have, and or Ventress, something like that, where you've just ramped up all this damage and all this health, and just I think that's really cool. The fact somebody asked about that, and they said that their new UI, the interface they've got now, that one that we didn't really think that was necessary, apparently can support this. So he seems pretty jazzed up about it. I would expect that to possibly be a thing soon. It shouldn't be too difficult to get there as well. Let's see. They were talking about having speeds and other abilities on your selection screen in the arena, so you can treadmill their skills to see all their speeds and stuff. I think that's pretty slick. That's a quality of life thing that's been mentioned here, and he says he's going to explore it, so hopefully that becomes a thing. Interestingly enough, they did say that if you're gunning for the Wampa thing for Boba Fett for the Bounty Hunter title, unless you're doing the Hawk Territory Battles, you're complete shit out of luck. They're not adding anything. So that's the only way to do it. It's the only way possible. So good luck with that. Let's see. They had something in here about... yeah, so here's the thing where they're talking about crafting certain items in a better way. And CG Sven here, he's really, really excited about this, and this is something he wants to do quite a lot. He's already been exploring it, so that's good. So that means that should be coming. The ticket counter, they didn't have an answer for that, which is hilarious. Just ask the question, nothing, whatever. Let's see. Sorry this is taking so while. There's actually a lot here, and I was like, I should do some notes or something, and then I just had another drink, and I was like, this isn't high school. I'll just work through it as I go. Yeah, but they're not going to add the ship energy and stuff to the current main screen. That's not happening. They're not adding an increased mod cap. Never expect that to happen. It's not happening. Let's see. They're thinking about allowing you to mute messages to your guild chat. I don't know if that's important. It's something like it's like the new Zeta updates and stuff like that. Oddly enough, they are working towards a battle replay feature as well as the battle logs. So that's kind of crazy. It says right here, this is a very important feature to us and important to our future, right? It's like we spent a considerable amount of time this year and next year working toward a battle replay feature. So that means we're actually going to be able to go and watch what the person did against us in GAC and Territory Wars. That's pretty crazy. That's something I wanted to mention, and I was just waiting to get down here, but if we get battle logs and we get a battle replay, I mean, that's really good. We'll be able to finally see what the fuck one-shot our defense. Then there's some bollocksy stuff here, but that's it. I think the most important things to take away from that are they do have a raid planned that they're working on that'll be out at the beginning of 2020. So something like January, February, I'd imagine that raid hitting. They've got battle replays coming, which is like, holy shit. They have Sandbox coming, which is like, holy shit. We don't know when they're coming, though. That's the big problem. Like, oh, is this something that they're going to work on a little bit? Like, whatever, and then release it whenever, like, or is it something they're really full-blown into? I hope both of those things happen before the new year, before the Rise of the Skywalker bullshit. I want to see. I think that's, so necessary in this game. Not like just for kind of everything that you can think of, right? Like, how many times have you gone, what did he use to beat this defense? I'm not sure what he had left. Or, maybe he used like a weaker team here or whatever, but we don't know that. So we can only, I like to look at what they've got and speculate what they can use on the defenses or how I would attack my defenses and then figure it out from there. The battle logs would be great, but man, a battle replay, that would be a game changer, really. That would make Grand Arena Championships a really solid, viable game mode to really get people to invest in emotionally in this game again. Because I feel like there's a little melee, just kind of like lingering. Just because we're all waiting for content. We all want content. They even said in the thing when they were talking about relics, they were like, normally we do release this with a new content, but we wanted to do this in a vacuum, aka they wanted to get this out and get the money in before they had some new content to fucking deliver. But, these cocksuckers, they're definitely doing it this way. But, they acknowledged, like, it came out completely away from any other content. It came out way close to G13. And it's caused a lot of people to quit. And we need something to raise our heads, because this is still, like, it's one of those, like I said, I'm having fun with the relics, but man, the game is like a little bit of a punching bag right now for the people who play it, for the people who invest money and time in it. These people are like, I don't know. What do you think about all this kind of stuff? Did you guys get a chance to read through the Q&A? Just go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if I missed anything that you thought of, or if you've got any ideas on any of the stuff that I did mention, come on, let me know. Like, I'm here to chat with you. This is like I do this for fun, but I'd love some interaction. I'd love to see what you guys think about these kind of things. Once again, if this is the kind of video that you like, let me know. It's good to know these kind of stuff. I had a couple of people on the talking video be like, yeah, I really like this kind of stuff. So hopefully you know, there'll be more opportunities to do this in the future. And obviously with Grand Arena coming in the next couple of days, I'll have one of those videos coming out soon. And that should be a lot of fun. I didn't quite finish off my trio, but I did some solid work. So hopefully those guys can do something for me on offense in the next Grand Arena. We'll see. You know, but so we are done. Now, have a good one.